Today we did something I've always wanted to do. Every now and then I get the question, how much travel does a bike really need? Well, I have the implements to make this comparison possible, so here we are. Right here, Kona Process 134 has a 140 fork. You saw the review of this bike, I really like it. Right here, contestant number 2, Kona Process 153 rear travel, 170 up front. You guys probably saw my review video, I really like that bike too. But which one makes more sense? And this isn't just about these two Kona bikes, this is about all kinds of mountain bikes. Do you want less travel or more? So we came out here to some fun trails I've been wanting to ride for ages, and back to back we rode the short travel, the long travel, and we were able to compare them. No bottom out. I want to give a big thanks to Jensen USA. They're a proud supporter of my YouTube channel and they made this video happen. Thank you, Jensen. Jensen's an online retailer for Kona bikes here in the United States of America, and I've got a link in the description down below to each one of these Kona Process models over at Jensen USA. I'm gonna link to the base model bikes. These are both upgraded a little bit from that, and you can learn all about the details over on the Jensen website. Anything you purchase from that link down below over at Jensen, that'll directly help support my channel, and that's a big part of how I make these videos happen. Again, thanks to Jensen, and thanks to all of you for tuning in and checking out these videos. I've been riding both these bikes for the last couple of months, so I've got them pretty well dialed in. To make this comparison pretty equal, they're both running the exact same wheels, Industry 9 Enduro 315C carbons. They're running P&W components, cockpits. I've adjusted both the bars to 760. I got appropriate stem lengths on each one. They have the same saddle, same pedals, very similar tires. They're both running ass guys up front and double down rear tires. Yeah, they're both solid bikes, well set up for their intended purposes. I'm joined today by Logan, who does a lot of the filming for my channel and also for other YouTube channels, and he's a ripping bike rider, so hopefully you guys enjoy watching us try the two bikes back and forth. So let's jump on into it. You want to lead the way, and then with the top of Brazilian, we'll open this video. All right, green trail comparison between 153 and 134. Well, I feel like the 134 can handle this pretty well. How about the 153?
It's doing great.
Do you feel overbiked?
No, actually.
Do you feel underbiked?
I'm impressed with like the lack of suspension movement when pedaling uphill.
Dude, both of them, they pedal great.
I'm surprised, and I have this huge backpack on, and usually on lots of bikes it really makes it bounce, but I've been impressed. I don't know, it's kind of like it moves when it needs to, but doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't have too much anti-squat.
Means we get to go down, huh?
All right, we're on the beginner trail, the green trail. I am on the 153. A trail's rating, which in this video will be either green, blue, or black, generally describes how steep the trail is going to be as well as how technically challenging. In this case, the Process 153 has a lot of suspension travel. It's also got pretty slack and aggressive weight bias towards the rear wheel. This rearward weight bias is amazing when you don't want to go over the handlebars when you need to combat really steep, challenging trails. However, when things get flatter and you have to put more input into the bike, this can often end up working against you.
That was sweet.
I just got a pedal and it still pulled the corner.
Wow.
That was amazing. I don't know if a short travel bike would have any hopes of surviving that pedal en route right there. You can see my tire almost lost the trail right here. It's like caught something. Ripped this out of the earth with my right pedal. So this used to be mounted right in here somewhere like that. Right pedal just dropped, caught this guy and set my rear wheel off the trail. I used almost all the travel though. Oh. Notice how in that last corner my front tire slipped, and in the earlier one when I caught the root, I did not actually crash. While the long travel bikes have a bit more of a safety margin where you can get away with more mistakes on the trail and not end up taking a tumble.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure.
Here I come.
Go get him.
Now it's Logan's turn to ride the same section of trail on the longer travel Kona Process 153. With the right attitude and riding style, a long travel bike can be a lot of fun. On a longer travel bike, to really have a good time, you're gonna need to stand up a lot and put a ton of energy into the bike.
Oh my God.
Downside to the bigger bike is that it's gonna soak up a lot of that energy and inputs into the trail. If you're struggling with your fitness, this is going to absolutely be more of a challenge. However, if you're pretty strong, there's something to be said for having a bigger bike and just sending it all the time.
Oh, that was good. That was really good.
Now it's time to switch over to the dainty little Process. That's Logan bending over. Process 134 with a 140 fork up front. So we've gone down 30 mils in front and 19 in back. We'll see how this all feels. All right, same deal. New bike, 134.
This shorter travel bike has a lot more weight on the front end. That's not due to the suspension travel, that's due to the geometry.
Oh, corners way better.
For the last 20 years or so, mountain bike manufacturers have kind of thought about riding style and application as they've designated out the travel segments. This means that on shorter travel bikes, they're assuming the rider's going to need more weight on the front wheel for more efficiency and easier handling on those flatter trails. Conversely, on the downhill for the longer travel bikes, manufacturers are expecting folks to desire more rear weight bias and the need for more travel.
Well, I bottomed out a little bit, but not bad.
Yeah, yours looked way smoother than mine felt.
I made sure to not pedal and to just pump my way into it. And I think that worked better than trying to pedal.
This is a great example. So here I'm just pumping my way into this jump and I'm actually able to clear it really easily. The smaller bike responds so much faster to those body inputs that I'm able to actually go faster down the trail without even pedaling. Do your best to ignore that sound of the fender rubbing on the front tire. With every bottom out on this bike, I'm actually bumping the fender right into my big old front tire.
All right, this is my first go on the 134. Oh wow, yeah, huh. Oh yeah, I can feel the cornering. Oh God.
So how much better does the little bike feel?
It did feel quite a bit better, actually, on this easier riding, kind of not that steep of a trail.
It's just like, it scoots through the corners.
It really does. It turns a lot better. I was surprised.
It's maybe not better, it's just easier on these flatter corners to get it through.
Something about it just felt better. Does it have a lower stack?
The stack height's different. I think they're very similar. I raised the stack on the other one
I see.
a lot.
Yeah, this one felt lower, which honestly felt a bit better, in my opinion.
I noticed that finding like where the wheels were like is more intuitive because they were closer, and then the corners, like the front wheel wasn't like a mystery and I knew where it was. The back wheel it was just easier to fit it.
Yeah.
Pump's nice too. Pumped easier.
I did, as soon as I started pedaling across the flat, I was like, oh, okay, this is like,
It's less energy on the flat.
it's just easier, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just, seemed to pick up speed quicker with less effort.
Totally.
Now, even on flatter trails, there is a time when suspension can really help you out. And that's when you're actually doing a jump or flying through the air, trying to find some semblance of a landing.
Wow. Okay, well, I used all of the travel on the rear and the front, as you could probably hear in that video. Part of it, I think, is that I had more speed, and so I went further and higher than the first go.
This one's a little misconceiving. You take off next to this here stump, and then you got to clear from me 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 paces down here to this little flat / uphill section.
I think I went way further that time.
Yeah, you cleared it.
I also used all the suspension.
All the travel.
Yeah.
It sounded like you bottomed out,
Yeah.
but not because it sounded like it because of your motorcycle fender.
I mean, I definitely bottomed out.
Yeah. Easier to clear the jumps though, for sure.
It really was. Faster straight section, kind of, with a little S-turn in it. Let's see how it feels.
What'd you think?
I think they both felt pretty similar in this bit myself.
Really?
Because it's faster, not as awkward of turns, and no real specific features, I guess. And so through the faster turn stuff, I felt like they rode fairly similar. Maybe a touch more intuitive for me, I guess, in some way. Like it turned a little tiny bit better.
The little one?
Oh, the small bike, this one, yeah. But beyond that, I would say that they're quite similar in this bit.
Yes, you can certainly be slightly overbiked and still have a good time. And you can certainly be slightly underbiked and also definitely have a good time. It's always hard to make one decision on a bike, and I really like bikes that kind of blend between the two, with shorter travel but really aggressive geometry.
No bottom out.
However, those bikes are kind of hard to sell, so it's not a common thing to find out there. I was particularly impressed with the Process 134 because it is pretty aggressive with its short travel geometry, but more importantly, the frame is super stiff. And I have an upcoming plan to put an angle set and a slightly bigger fork on it to further slacken it out, making it a hybrid between the two bikes.
Nice airtime.
Let's go try out some more aggressive and rowdier trails.
This bike is more plush.
I'm not sure it's necessarily a surprise. The shorter travel bike did feel faster and more fun on the flatter trail.
Oh, is this a Brazilian because there's no trees left?
In a video like this, I can't say, yes, one type of bike is hands down much better than the other. And I can't even really give you a solid rule of thumb to follow.
This bike with the bag on feels better.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone's preference and riding locations and riding styles is going to differ.
Oh. Yeah.
Ah, fender. I think I hit top speed on this bike.
Yeah, in that fast section, I was like, I'm going really fast on something I've never ridden.
Yeah.
Originally, I wasn't going to include this section in the video, but check out the two bike differences on this particular road gap. Here goes Logan.
Oh, yep. I was about to pedal down that, and then I was like, oh, I'm not in the right gear to pedal. So I just held on.
But how did it feel when you cased?
Really not bad at all, actually.
Perfect.
I didn't reset these, but I didn't bottom out.
That's good. You want to send it again?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll film you again.
Do it proper. All right, my attempt at the jump the second time. See if I don't case.
All right, here comes Logan sending.
Wow, I still just barely made that. I need to try even harder.
How'd it feel when you cased it that time?
It was fine. I was so like halfway down, I was so confident, like, oh yeah, this is fine. Not quite.
Not quite.
Should I do it again?
On the other bike, maybe.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You're gonna get in the zone and session it bike to bike.
That would be
I'll film it, and then I get to do the same.
the same jump. First two was on a longer travel bike. Cased both times. First time real good. Second time a little bit less. And we'll give it a go on the shorter bike and see if, I don't know, see if anything changes. Drop it! Woo! Okay. All right. I don't know if it's fair to say that's the bike, but maybe.
But it made it.
I maybe just tried a little harder.
It looks sweet.
I don't feel like I was going that much faster.
It certainly looked like you yanked a lot harder.
Yeah, maybe that was the key.
I should probably try this hucker. I'll try it first on this bike. Same way you did. Also, I'm more excited to case on that bike than on the little one.
Yeah.
Here we go. All the gears. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was so much like trail before it. Like it was not smooth and flowy.
Yeah. This is my favorite jump off of that. And then like right where you just were there.
I didn't see a safe place to land, so I didn't do
No,
it.
it actually is quite smooth. I did it. Did you start in the gate?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I never really. First go, I started like right at the start of the trail. Second go, I was kind of like a little further. Third go, I was like halfway up to the gate. I should have just gone.
Yeah, I just went to the gate.
That would have made the most sense.
In my mind, it was on the gate. Riders ready? Watch the lights. I felt appropriate.
Yeah.
Felt fine.
Looked easy.
Easy. Well, it felt safe. Like, it's not about easy or hard. It's just like it didn't feel like scary coming into it, trying to get speed on a double black diamond trail. Okay, locked and loaded on the little bike. Going for the big jump. Gotta pump this a lot. Ew! This bike feels more on the rev limiter, trying to get speed coming in for it.
You think?
It's easier to get speed, pumping and all that.
Yeah.
But it feels like you gotta pay attention. Feels like you're more likely to make a mistake. Like you can't get away with as much. And then trying to jump, I thought it was easier to clear the jump on this bike. A little bit more nerve-wracking, but easier. Let's try something rougher. This is a brand new double black diamond downhill race trail. This whole zone is known for having big regional and even national level events. Somehow I never raced here. Back when they started having the big events, I considered traveling up here, but it was just too far from Santa Cruz. And then I got more into enduro and never made it here till today. So let's hike up, hit some speed into here, and then Logan's down there and he'll grab a shot. So Logan is like 5'6", 5'5". Logan's 5'7", and the hole is like waist deep between the mogul and the little down trough into it.
I think the biggest part about it is that like
soft.
This is soft and it's really like right, I don't know, it's kind of really whatever that term would be. Abrupt.
Yeah.
It's an abrupt.
That's a tight transition.
Yeah.
Totally. It's hard to show on camera how rough this stuff up, how chewed up it is, but it's just super soft in between these bomb holes. And this kind of thing can just swallow you alive if you have too much weight forward and you're not low on the bike. This is where a long wheelbase is wonderful. So we're gonna start on the short wheelbase and then we'll try the wall. All right, dropping it in on the little short travel trail bike. What am I doing? Oh, won't boost that too big considering appropriate bicycle. Oh, kunk. Woo! Oh, almost over the bars. Oh, bucking Bronco. So yes, the small bike can ride this kind of stuff, but at not even full pace, you're at the bike's limit, you're getting bucked, and you're definitely holding on. The experience goes from doing what you want to do to surviving.
So now that you've seen my impression of being terrified dropping in on this trail, let's see how Logan handles the same experience.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Make sure he's surviving this rodeo ride. That was a pretty styly 1-footer.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw your feet fall off. I saw at least 1 foot in the air. Every time I film you, you ride by with your feet in the air. It's a good thing you don't have your clips because then you wouldn't expect them to be in the air and you'd be out of control.
Oh, maybe. That felt pretty good though.
The top part looked really fast and smooth.
Yeah, top part was great. And then I don't know, who knows what happened after that.
Well, I think you should grab the long travel bike and see how it feels on that compared to the little guy.
All right.
So now Logan's dropping in on the long travel bike.
Oh yeah, that felt way better. Oh yes, that's so much better. Oh, wow, that was sick. That's really fun. That was sweet.
What was so good about it?
Immediately right off the bat, like the step down, way more comfortable. Just a lot more confident feeling. I could kind of feel like I could look further like down trail and not have to analyze some smaller stuff.
Ah.
If that makes sense.
It felt more appropriate?
Yeah, like to simplify it all, it felt more appropriate for the trail. I guess, yeah, it just felt more confident. I didn't have to worry as much about the trail features. I could kind of just, it tracked better.
Yeah. Cool.
I hit that hole a lot harder.
The sinkhole?
Yeah.
Of doom?
And it was, yeah. I hit I hit it way faster on this bike, and it felt better than hitting it slower on that bike.
Ah.
Obviously, it has less suspension, but
Yeah,
it was just overall a more confident feel. I could keep my feet on the pedals
that's good.
a lot easier. I don't know if that's a selling point, but I never ride flats, and I found it easier to keep my feet on the flats on that bit. Overall, more fun, more better for this trail,
Yeah.
for sure. You wanna
All right, we're trying the big bike on the big trail. See how this feels. It was still fun on the little bike, but I was like on the limit.
It's also worth mentioning that a trail like this is typically raced with full-on downhill rigs, not an enduro bike like this Process 153.
Oh, heck yeah.
My favorite example of how much more confident I am on the big bike is jumping out of this turn here and clearing that step down. It's kind of funny how this trail is super challenging, and even though I feel like I'm going really fast here, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not moving very quick at all. This is where that rearward weight bias is a huge advantage though.
And then there's a cool double right here. Oh, I won't quite clear. So much better.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Such small changes, a whole different world.
Yeah, it was pretty night and day, I felt.
The little bike, when you're coming down this at that pace, feels like your fifth gear pinned, just bouncing off the rev limiter, just like screaming. It does it, it's scary, and it won't do any more. This bike's like halfway through the revs in fourth gear. You got plenty of room to go, and if you feel feisty, catch that last little bit, and oh my, there's so much room to expand. Like, that was just the tip of the iceberg for what this thing could do. I jumped out of the berm, I tried that line like 100%, and it felt totally okay.
Nice.
Like immediately on that step down, it was like, oh yeah, it's business time. No problems. Like, this is like the bike for this trail. So if you're like looking for one of these bikes, if you have a bike park like this that you ride on the weekly, definitely go big. But if you have like just regular trails, you're pedaling for all your downs, you're not on anything steep, you're on, you know, green and blue trails, sometimes a black, sometimes a double black. The smaller travel bike is probably more fun, but once you're on the steeper, deeper, rougher stuff, this thing is definitely the way to go. It's a hard decision that everyone has to face, but there's a very easy solution, and that's to buy one of each. Everyone, thanks for watching. Please hit that red subscribe button. Big thanks to Logan for riding and filming. And down in the comments, let me know which of the two bikes would make the most sense for your local trails. For me, where I live, I probably actually do ride the 134 more, but maybe I need to go to more fun places more often and validate a 153. And maybe that would be a better life experience. I don't know, I can make a case for each. This has been fun, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.